LA County is burning to the ground right now, and the people who reside there need to learn a harsh reality. Listen, folks, this isn't natural. Nothing about these fires naturally occurred. This is bad politics and policy. And we need them to learn a lesson. Gavin Newsom has been sitting back and watching as literally his state burns to the ground. And there's no actual care here, folks. That's why he wore his skinny jeans. He's not going to help anyone. He's not there to help. He's there for a photo opportunity. The guy is a scumbag. We all know that. But it's not just him. It's local officials in LA County. You guys know Karen Bass. She was away, the LA mayor, for the inauguration in Ghana. She was literally in Africa because that was her priority. Okay, I get it. She's back now. But why are you in Africa when you are the mayor of Los Angeles? Folks, none of this makes sense unless you actually start dealing with the harsh reality. This is all intentional. None of this is accidental. You can't continue to keep failing like this. No water in the fire hydrants, right? Why is that? Incompetency? No. It's not incompetency. They are intentionally failing you. They haven't been clearing the forest. I posted the article on X. They literally earlier this year announced that they were just not going to do it. It's too expensive. We spent too much money on illegal aliens. We're not going to keep clearing our forests to prevent these things from happening. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one thinking this. Robert O'Neill took to X and wrote this: 71% of the water, or the world, is water. California is on the ocean. It's 2025 and they can't get water. It's almost like a lot of people screwed up, or it's on purpose. Well, yesterday, everyone's posting all these images online, and I have to say, I think it's intentional, because when you're looking at these videos of just another random fire bursting, coming out. Hold on, let's pull this up. Another fire starting up in Hollywood. Folks, this isn't accidental. There's absolutely no way this is natural. This isn't climate change. Who's setting these fires? Yes, you could say it's conspiracy all you want, but we know there's been several individuals who have gone to prison for setting these fires and creating these things. They wait till there's a good windy day coming their way, and they do just that. There's no way these are all just naturally occurring all at the same time. California is burning because of bad politicians. Because California wants to be the first to everything. DEI was a priority for them, not actual public safety. Their fire chief, their assistant fire chief, their training commander, all lesbians. Woo, that's exciting. I don't care. Why are we sitting here talking about their sexual preference? Why are they getting promoted based on their sexual preference? Folks, if you as a heterosexual male were to say, I'm only going to hire other heterosexual men who like women, you'd probably get smacked with a lawsuit. But no, we're going to sit here and we're going to put these people all in front of a camera and pretend like this is great. This is great. Well, unfortunately, you can't put fires out with rainbows. And California is learning that the hard way. Now, it's not just that. They've also given out positions to people who are incompetent. And the pay is insane. Open the Books did this breakdown, and it's wild to me. So wild. So they've calculated the top 10 highest paid employees in the city of LA. Surprise, surprise. Everyone on this list, everyone, is either somebody who has some type of affiliation with the water department, which they can't get water to these fires right now, or it's the fire captain. And if you look at the salaries, the person who is in the top position, $857,000 is what they could make between overtime, base pay, and other. And that's someone who is the load dispatcher, Department of Water and Power. Second in line, fire captain, $800,000 over. Load dispatcher, again, another one, over $786,000. And the list goes on and on and on. And this is back in 2023. Folks, California's got a rough lesson that needs to be learned. Unfortunately, I don't know if they're actually going to learn it. When I looked up why, and I know a lot of you guys were speculating on social media as to why all of a sudden these insurance companies are no longer going to be providing insurance to these individuals who lived in this area, right? A lot of you guys were like, oh, they dropped these people a week before the fire or a couple of weeks before the fires. Well, you have to figure out why. Insurance companies are businesses, not charities. And so if there's more risk involved, of course they're going to drop people. It's common sense. And if you look up why insurance companies are fleeing California, well, insurance.com will tell you that State Farm, Allstate, Farmers are all the insurance companies pulling back from California home insurance because the risk associated with climate change is creating a home insurance crisis in California. Climate change. Climate change. I guess climate change only affects California, not other states, countries who deal with forest-related issues. I'm not buying it. I know you're not buying it either. Listen, folks, I know a lot of people want to say now's the time to politicize these things. No, now is the time to teach Americans how politics actually work. So many on the left are ignorant and they don't like having these discussions because they get really emotional about it. We need to have these discussions. We need to make them aware. Your policies that you continue to say that you support have led you to this very point. Insurance companies don't want to do any type of business in California because they're overregulated. They can't raise rates because California stops them from doing so. The risk is way too high for anyone, any company, any business who isn't looking to bankrupt themselves. Don't blame the insurance companies. Blame the politicians in California. I don't know how many more times you need to keep saying this. These individuals, these victims, I do feel horrible for them after losing their home, but so many of them want to lecture you and I after a natural disaster or after a mass shooting and tell us about the policies that they say that they support. So heck yeah, now's time to jump on board and tell them that this is why you're going through this. This is exactly why you're going through this. How does it end? It ends when you stop supporting bad policies. And the part that really has me on edge is I actually think a lot of these left-leaning Hollywood elitists, what are they going to do? Instead of admitting that their policies that they've supported up to this point have led them to this horrific situation, they might actually start becoming spokespeople for the World Economic Forum. And what I mean by that is they're going to start saying that this was only caused by climate change. This was only caused by you using fossil fuels. Wouldn't that work out beneficially well for the WEF if you start getting actors and all these other elitists on board? Now they're victims. So now they're going to feel motivated to do just that. I warned you earlier in the week, keep your head on a swivel. They kicked off 2025 with a terrorist attack. It was going to be chaotic, and here's your chaos.